how can I buy my home? How can I prepare in a way that I know that I'm ready to do so? How I know I'm ready to go? Hello, my name is Ana Castillo, real estate broker in Castle Realty LLC, and I'm here more than happy to share with you the answer for this question. I have been working with buyers a long time. When I start my real estate business, in almost all consultations, a conversation with buyers, they talk to me and they ask me this question: how I know that I'm prepared? When it comes to buy a home, it's very important that we can go to the root, to the base. When I meet with my clients, first thing that I like to ask them, why do you want to buy a home? What is the motivation that you have? Why? Because to tell you the truth, buy a home is not for everybody. It's not the best action for everybody. For one people, for one family, the needs, the goals, maybe they don't need it. Maybe they don't have to do so, and there is another options that you have available, and you don't have to be enrolled and do the home buyer process. But let's say you are ready and you say, no, I want to buy my home. I want to buy my first home. What can I do? How I know? First, obviously you have to have a real estate broker, a professional in your behalf. And it's very important because it's the person that is going to be guiding you in the process. But more than that, what is key in the process is the fact that you have to have financial intelligence. Why? When you go to the bank, they're gonna take a look of your finances, because what do you need to buy a home? Money. You need money to buy a home. And that's why I say financial intelligence is so important, because if you see things in reverse, how I explain to my clients is when you go to the bank, they're gonna check everything. They're gonna check your income, they're gonna check your savings, they're gonna check in overall your habits with the money, they're gonna see the debts that you have, they're gonna analyze, they're gonna see the debt ratio that you have. Is the amount of money enough that they are getting right now is gonna be enough to buy a home? They have some money left after they pay everything off, your expenses and everything. So it's very important that you have a planification with money. You have to have savings. And when it comes to buy a home, this is one of the most important things. You have to first, how I call it is I have a debt plan if I have some debts, right? And I have my financial plan. When you have to define how much money you put aside of the income that you receive every month, so you can invest, you can do something with it. You can multiply that money and use it, let's say in this case, real estate. So when it comes to buy your first home, I like a lot a book that I share with my friends and family members. The name in The Richest Man in Babylon, in Spanish is El Hombre Más Rico de Babilonia, but doing the traduction should be the richest man in Babylon. So that book is amazing, has helped me a lot in my process with money. So if you see one of the principles that they share, one of the things that I like is you have to take 10%. In my case, I take 10% for God because I go to church. 10% for me. I pay myself every money, every penny, everything that get into my business, whatever it is. You have to take 10%, pay you first. You have to have a fund, a capital, so you can, like I say, have that money there so you can use it for what? For closing costs and for down payment. Two of the most important things that you need to buy a home. Some programs, they require 0% down payments. A veteran loan, a VA, let's say. There is another government programs that they have that they count with that option, but not all of them have that advantage. If you're gonna have an FHA loan, a conventional, and most of the loans that you're gonna apply for, you need a down payment, you need money for closing costs. So definitely you have to have that financial aspect taken care of. Try to have good habits with money so you can have that money available for down payment. Usually down payment is gonna be 3 to 5%. 3 to 5% of the purchase price. Let's say if the purchase price of a property is just, let's say, 100,000. It's not the rule, obviously in Albany, it's too low, but for easy maths, let's say it's $100,000, then we are talking about you need 3,000 to 5,000 so you can allocate to use for your down payment. Now, for closing costs. Very important. Every time that you're gonna buy a house and you're gonna use a loan, that is most of the time for the first-time home buyers and some investors also. I mean, you have to use leverage even if you are an investor. You have to pay closing costs. Are all the costs? It's like a group of costs, all costs associated with the generation of that loan. So you need to pay that when it comes to buy a home. Again, can be less, can be a little bit more, but usually we like to say between 3 and 5% of their purchase price. Again, between $3,000, $5,000 if we're taking the same previous example. So if you see, we're talking about that we're gonna need around $6,000 to $10,000 just for down payment and also for closing costs. The good thing is that some people say, oh, if I don't have that amount of money, then I can't afford to buy a home. I mean, no, that is not always the rules. I have been working with people that they don't have too much money and they use some leverage with some government grants aligned also with some money that they have and some programs that the bank have, and that make possible for them to buy a house. I want to say that this just not apply for people like lower income or whatever. No, even people that consider high-end properties that they like to buy, like 500,000, there are grants that can really help you in the process. And I really suggest to my first-time home buyers that take advantage. Take advantage if there is programs available, so you can use them. I mean, it's just like one time usually, then you have to wait like 5 years to reapply and be considered like a first-time home buyer. So I say, money is money. Let's use it. Take advantage as a first-time home buyer of all the programs that are available. In another video, I'm gonna share with you also a couple of grants programs that can help you to achieve your real estate goals. At the moment, I hope you can really enjoy work on what we talk about today, so you can accomplish your real estate goals in 2025 when it comes to buy a home. First, decide. Have a professional. Financial intelligence. Closing costs. Don't forget that. Down payment. And take advantage of all the resources that are available for you as a first-time home buyer. Something before I finish, I want to say is that also when it comes to investor, it's kind of different in the sense like when you go to the bank as a first-time home buyer, that I have been talking to you more like first-time home buyer, it's kind of different to an investor. Because when you go to the bank, they don't gonna require from you if you have home 5% or 3%. Usually they gonna ask you to have at least 25%. It's gonna obviously depend on the bank and the financial tools that you use, but usually 25% of the purchase price of the home. I really like this topic. I will last a long time talking about it, but let's do another video. This is just the first one. We're gonna have a video series talking more about it. So subscribe, hit the like button, share with other people, and so the message of affordability, opportunity when it comes to buy a home, education can be available for everybody. Talk to you soon. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.